What's up, guys? This is the Wrestling Fan 0011, and I'm back here to give you my TNA Best of the Bloodiest Brawls 2003 DVD review, part 2. And this time I'll be reviewing the last 4 matches of the DVD, and the reason I had to make this into a second part was because uh, I had to install my updates on my laptop. Alright, so I had to make it quick, but anyways, let's get on to the rest of the show. Alright, now the next match after the Ravens Clockwork Orange House of Fun match, the next one was a Just Incredible versus Jerry Lynn series, and there was 3 matches of this. And I gotta say, Just Incredible and Jerry Lynn have had some of the best matches, like when they were in ECW, and when they did their stuff like they did here in TNA, um, it was pretty good. I mean, well, anyways, let's just get on this review. The first match, the first Just Incredible versus Jerry Lynn match we went to was a match called a Lights Out match. And the lights were out in the TNA Asylum, and well, Just Incredible and Jerry Lynn were fighting outside in the parking lot. And there was a referee there who wasn't even a referee from TNA, and they did this pretty good spot where Jerry Lynn Irish whipped Just Incredible into like some kind of fencing, and he went through the fence. That was pretty cool. And we also saw some great fighting in the parking lot, also where then when Just Incredible and Jerry Lynn were in the back of a pickup truck, and then Jerry Lynn also threw him outside of the uh, the pickup truck, and then he went into some kind of boxes. That was also pretty cool. And then they made their way back inside the asylum, and we did see this part where Jerry Lynn Irish whipped Just Incredible yet again into some kind of barricade that was near the entrance stage, and then Jerry Lynn actually um, dove over the railing that was near the entrance ramp, and he started pounding away on Just Incredible. And I mean, and then they did this part where one of the TNA girls, where Just Incredible rammed Jerry Lynn in one of the cages that was for the TNA showgirls, and then the TNA showgirl got hurt, and then Jerry Lynn had to check up on her, being the uh, and then they had to do this part where Just Incredible was gonna do the That's Incredible Tombstone Piledriver on the top of the entrance stage, and then Jerry Lynn reversed into a roll up, and then he got the win. This was okay. I did kind of like the backstage brawling. The only thing was they only had like probably 5 or 6, 7 minutes or here. They could have gone way longer. These two guys really could have gotten like a lot of like way more. And I give this a 2.5 stars. Yeah, pretty good. Eh, who cares anyways? But anyways, then we go to next week's show on July 2nd, 2003, in a Russian chain match between the two and between Just Incredible and Jerry Lynn. And the only problem I had with this was the fact that it was called a chain match, but it was a dog collar wrapped around the neck. They should have just really called it a dog collar match, but I really don't care about the match name anyways. And this match was really good. I mean, we did see a couple good spots where we saw where we saw Jerry Lynn pull Just Incredible like from the other side of like the outside, and he pulled Just Incredible into like the post, and that was pretty cool. Like, and also Just Incredible was gonna pull up Jerry Lynn and do a power bomb, and then Jerry Lynn reversed that into a Hurricane Rana. That was also pretty cool. And then the biggest spot here was when Jerry Lynn did some kind of running start to Just Incredible, and then Just Incredible lifted uh, Jerry Lynn up in the air, and then he pulled the chain down, and then everyone was like shocked in the impact zone. That really hurt. And those two were like really busted wide open and stuff. And well, the ending really sucked. Jerry Lynn hogtied Just Incredible and then pinned him. That's the only problem I have with the match. But other than that, the match was decent, but it was way better than the Lights Out match. And this was I rate this 2 3/4. And the last Jerry Lynn versus Just Incredible match was next week's show, actually on July 16th, 2003, the following week. It was a last man standing match, and this was the best one of all, bar none. I mean, Jarrett and Just Incredible, those two did some of the moves like they did at ECW's Heatwave '98. It was kind of like a rerun of that. We saw the part where Jerry Lynn did a Huracan Rana to the outside to Just Incredible, and then Just Incredible went falling through a table. That was really cool. And we also saw this part where Just Incredible did the Tombstone Pile Driver off the top rope, off the middle rope, and then, well, that's how Just Incredible beat Jerry Lynn at Heatwave 98, but this is a last man standing match, and a last man standing match in TNA is where you have to get a pinfall, and then they start the count. That's the only problem. It's kind of weird. It's kind of like a Texas death match, but okay. Anyways, then then Just Incredible, then Jerry Lynn hit the Cradle Pile Driver, and they were both down because it ended up in a double pinfall. And then Jerry Lynn got up first, but then he pushed Just Incredible down, and then Jerry Lynn won again. And that ending was kind of funny. I don't know why. It just was kind of hysterical. But it was a really good match. Thumbs up for that. And I'd rate that 3.5 stars. And okay, and then we go to our last match on the DVD. And on September 3rd, 2003, which was dubbed Wednesday, Bloody Wednesday, and that's what hence the name of the match was, a War Games match. And here's the team. It was Jeff Jarrett, America's Most Wanted, Chris Harris and James Storm, D'Lo Brown and Raven against Christopher Daniels, AJ Styles, Shane Douglas, Simon Diamond, and Johnny Swinger. And the first two guys to start the match were Jeff Jarrett and Christopher Daniels, and the two actually brawled in the crowd for a little bit, and the brawl was pretty cool. We did see a couple good spots in the cage, like where Jeff Jarrett went really psycho with a kendo stick or Singapore cane or whatever the heck it's called. And then next came in AJ Styles, and of course Jeff Jarrett went psycho again. But then that was a double team. And then the next guy that came out was Chris Harris, and he looked pretty strong here. This is the best I've seen him. I wish Chris Harris would come back. He's a really great wrestler. I respect the hell out of him. Anyways, the next guy that came out, I think was... Oh, yeah, it was Simon Diamond. And Simon Diamond, he's okay as a wrestler, but I kind of liked him back in ECW whenever he'd start off his matches and he'd say, Simon has a problem, or something like that. But still, he was actually the NWA Tag Team Champion going into this match, and this was actually, I don't know what to say for this, but anyways, and then they did this cool spot where AJ Styles lifted Jeff Jarrett up, and then Christopher Daniels went off the ropes, and then he put Jeff Jarrett through a table. That was really cool. And then the next guy that came out was D'Lo Brown, and D'Lo Brown was starting to look pretty cool. He was looking pretty, yeah, okay. Okay, then the next guy that came out was the franchise Shane Douglas, and well, Shane Douglas is a really great wrestler, I gotta admit that, and he actually did take a few bumps in this match, and we also did see another spot from Jeff Jarrett and Christopher Daniels, the first two guys who started out, where Jeff Jarrett, he jumped off the top rope, and used his guitar and hit Christopher Daniels with it. That was pretty cool. And then the next guy that came out was James Storm. And I gotta say, I miss. We did see some pretty cool double teaming from America's Most Wanted, and I gotta say, I really miss America's Most Wanted as a tag team. They were great when they first went into TNA. They were undefeated. They were really cool and all. All right. Then the next guy that came out was Johnny Swinger, and he barely did anything in this match. But oh well, we've seen a lot from other guys, so who cares? But anyways. Then the last guy that came out was Raven, and then he was actually limping while he came down because I think he had an injury on his knee that was given to him by Vince Russo, by the way, who was commentating on this match. And the other guys who were in this match, Eric Watts was a special guest referee, and the guys, they had different style announcer guys. The guy who announced the guys who were coming out was BG James. Conan was the bell ringer, and I couldn't remember what Around the Truth Killings was, but the Three Live Crew were really awesome back then. But anyways, then we really kicked off here on when all 10 guys came in. We did see some really cool stuff, like all the double teaming where all of Team Rhodes was kicking Team Russo's asses all over the cage, and then we saw this really cool spot where Jeff Jarrett did the stroke off the top rope onto AJ Styles. And then the finish came when D'Lo Brown and Chris Harris did low down leg drop combination from the top rope onto AJ Styles, I think. And then D'Lo Brown got the cover, and then Team Jarrett won. And then after that, all the managers like Vince Russo and I couldn't remember who the other guys were. They started beat up on Dusty Rhodes. That was pretty funny. But anyways, overall, this DVD was pretty good. I'd give this a thumbs up. But like I said, the other two DVDs, like Best of the Bloodiest Brawls, the one with Sabu on the front cover, that was like the best, and I'll be reviewing that. Sometime later. And also, the Scars and Stitches one was pretty cool, but I just wish they had more matches on there. But still, the overall rating for this I'd give is an 8.25 out of 10. And, well, that's it. That's all I got for you. That's all I have for you today. I'm out.